Hi guys.
Okay.
Just gonna finish my
Tic Tac spill.
I had coffee. Such a bad aftertaste.
Oh,
I need
I know.
to fix that.
I know.
I'm really impatient these past few days.
Okay. Okay. Maybe we both are.
Maybe I'm tired because
I have. Okay, so we're gonna talk about that, but I want to make. I have 3 things that I need to talk about.
Holy shit!
But impatience, definitely, like that is definitely something that I'm feeling the same way.
And they tell me now, and I'm like, stop it.
Yeah, you're
like,
in a mood.
Oh, you're in. I'm not in a mood. I'm just sick of everybody. I'm not in a mood. I'm just sick of you. And I said something last night. And Olivia's like, you're taking it a bit far now. Like I was like, that noise is annoying.
Yeah.
It was the chairs on the floor.
Yeah.
I'm like, can you pick them up? Because I was like,
the kids are actually really good at picking up when we're like, and I think for you and me, probably the one thing that's the biggest would be when we get impatient.
Yeah.
And they can so tell because they notice a difference in the behavior.
Oh my God, I was so impatient. And I was like, yeah, you're right. I am impatient and I'm sorry, but I'm done. Like I'm going to bed. And then Max is like, is it a bed night? I'm like, yeah, it's a bed night. I'm going to bed before 11 o'clock with all of you. And all of you go to bed too. Because I still kiss them goodnight every night, all of them. All of them I go up. You coming to say goodnight to me? I'm like, yes.
Yeah.
And their dad. I mean, now it's like I can't stop. Now they're like 15 and 16.
Yeah.
Like he'll go, I will say to some of them, I'm going to bed. So if you want a good night, now's your time.
If you want a good night. And also like they like the kiss when they're in bed. So it's like go to bed
that's
or
what
you're
I'm saying.
not going to get the kiss.
They just want the tuck-in. It's so cute. I guess I should savor it. But sometimes I'm like, okay, I'm coming. I'm in bed. I'm so cozy.
Very annoying.
Ooh, it's very cute though. Because one day I'll miss it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So impatience is a high on, I'm going to blame that I had a long weekend with a lot of patience.
Yeah. And it was like, I would have to say like a lot of patience on like a dance comp weekend, but also like a lot of it's not, I don't mean to be mean.
Okay.
But it's not fun for us.
I want to say something. So I was trying to teach my children because, we have littler ones. Dance competitions is like the epitome of, it brings out the worst in the kids. Okay. So it brings out the very worst in them.
And by the way, while you're saying that, and we are acknowledging that, I also feel like for each and every one of the kids, like when I'm watching the girls on my team, I'm like, this is such good life lessons for you.
Okay. So that's it. The overall lessons are so worth it.
Yes.
And the things that come out of it are amazing. But during the actual competition where you're managing them, it brings out the very worst.
They actually, most of the kids, and you watch other kids too, they another person who doesn't have a kid in the dance comp, they'd be like, these kids are brats.
Yes. Rude, like terrible humans, actually. They're terrible to be around. They are moody, sticky. They don't eat. So they're hungry. I know that your team does.
But you're also kind of a slave to them. They're like, I got to go get my DoorDash, but I have to be at the dance thing. So can you go to the door and get it? Why is this taking so long?
You're trying to get them changed and the clothes don't fit because they're sweaty and they're swollen. When you're hot, right? Everything, and you're putting it's like you're putting Spanx on a tiny piglet that's running, trying to go fast, but you're like, just stop for a second so I can do this. I'm helping another kid. They're all nude because they don't wear, they're nude everywhere.
Their skin everywhere. And the room is so cramped that you have absolutely no space.
So you're like all crammed in with nude bodies.
And there's garbage and crumbs everywhere.
The door opens and there's dudes out there like, there's a man. So I don't even know why men come down. Men should not come down. I know dads have to come, but no, you're not allowed in the room because it's all the girls are nude. They have such short times. Their hair is tight and hurts and they've got
I have a headache from the bobby pins. I need Advil.
They have to then go upstairs and practice. So I was like looking around. I saw one person crying, not like on our team, like just people everywhere. Another boy who was unbelievable dancer. So I'm walking downstairs. It's at the end of the night kind of. And he's like barely holding on. I'm like, are you okay? Did you hurt yourself? And he's like, I am just really shaky. And I'm like, was he the one of the 4 or the one that did with all the jazz people? He was the lead.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, are you okay? And he's like, I had a banana. I'm not.
Oh yeah, I heard he was just laying on the ground. Taylor's like, she's like, I was supposed to go do my dance, but I want to ask him if he was okay.
So everyone is just not okay. Like, and moms are just catering to this behavior.
We are. If personal assistants.
If you don't,
they'll blow.
It's over. and it's over. So you are sort of like their emotional pet, and you're trying to just keep calm, talking in a calm voice because they're level 10, and you're like, it's okay.
And you're watching other mothers interact with their daughters, and you can see how we're all being so careful.
You're like, I'm gonna fucking kill you, but okay, no problem. You need your bun redone? I'll redo your fucking bun.
And that's how all the moms talk. And you don't see any moms like
losing their shit.
They know they cannot lose their shit on them.
Like this, it's okay. It's okay.
We've also practiced for 3/4 of a year for this. We are not going to blow it.
And you can just imagine a hockey rink. There's no parent being like, it's okay. It's okay. You know what? Your helmet's a bit tight.
Yeah.
I'm going to fix that for you. I wish everyone
so different.
could go to a dance competition. It's fairly wild to see. My husband's going to have a real big eye opener because the day we leave to Bahamas with the boys, she has 7 dances. Back to back to back to back, all on one day. You have 7 too on the Wednesday, but I'm on the Thursday, so she doesn't even have the big girls there.
Wait, is your husband going?
He has to go do the
without your older daughter? I think your older daughter needs to take a day off school,
so she has to go to the second half. Oh, maybe she has to.
We need her.
So I get the big bulk of it out of the way, and then I think she has 3 after that. And let me tell you. Then we put costumes on, guys, that need to be multi-layered with multi-accessories, with guns and pins because they don't want the costumes to fall off, with elastics on the fucking sleeves so that the sleeves stay up just right so they're not hanging down.
There's always a malfalfunction.
Someone forgets something, shoes fall off, things fall off, and you're just like, pants are falling down. And
then you've got periods.
Holy fucking. Anyways, it was so my patience. It's like I had no patience left.
Yeah.
It's like my patience were taken for the entire time.
Yeah.
And I don't think anyone in my family can understand what the toll of a dance comp is.
Only a dance mom could know.
And I don't go on my phone. It's not even like you have free time. You're not on your phone.
No.
There's no time. Like you think you have all this free time because they'd be backstage.
I know, it's weird.
There is no time. There's no time.
They're always like, my daughter is 16, and after every dance, I'm like, I'm just going to sit here in the theater and I'm going to enjoy some dance.
Nope.
The text always goes off. Can you come help me?
Yep.
I'm like, you have all your friends right around there, but like no friend has time for another friend at that time.
It was 11:30, and I was watching. I know mine is very sensitive to food and sleep. I'm hoping she outgrows it because it is pretty a detrimental characteristic. Like it's not a great one. It's like pretty bad. Like you need to feed yourself because you're not the same person. You actually become a totally different person, and that's not okay. And I was so I got 50 Timbits. I should have got 100. And I'm watching them I'm watching them dance, okay? They're like warming up their hip hop. And I didn't want to interrupt the teacher, but I could just see them all kind of like fainting at like dwindling down at this point. We're like dance 3 into 5 or something. So I had like 50 Timbits. And Chloe, I'm like, here, just eat something because I can kind of bribe her with a Timbit because she hasn't eaten anything all morning. So she starts eating them. And then someone else is like, I haven't eaten. And then I'm like, who has eaten? And I'll like 2 of them have eaten of the whole group. The Timbits. I'm like, Miss Patricia, can I? And she's like, yes, please. Gone.
It's like they should all start with a protein shake in the morning.
They eat. You can't
force them.
They won't. It's like you can't get them because they're so hyped. You know, when you're hyped, you're not hungry.
You're hungry, yeah.
So I'm like, I guess this is the new thing. You bring 100 Timbits at some point at 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
We've never seen them. Even the plain ones, you know, the ones with no anything, gone.
What about booster juice?
So I did get that, but
they won't drink them.
No, she does, but they needed. I guess it was just small bite. Everyone brings all these snacks. No, it's like you're feeding. I saw some moms taking spoons, and you would think we're crazy feeding their kids.
You would think they're crazy
because you're like, just eat something. I'll hold the juice. I'll be like, just.
But
take
I think it's also like, if you really think like why we do it, it's because we've seen them work so hard for that moment, and if they're gonna screw up that moment, we don't care if they come in first or last, but. I did when we stayed that long. I was like, no, but like, I was joking. I know. I was so glad when I was like, oh my God, it was worth it. They got to go on stage and get the picture.
I was like, if they won nothing, we stayed, not worth it. No, it was to support.
Yeah. We want them to be proud of themselves for all the work that they did and not screw it up in that 2 moments. And it's funny, my son came over yesterday and he was watching Chloe's solo and he's like, why would anybody ever want to do a solo? And I think you see these women in tight clothing on stage in front of everybody. Like, I can't.
Women. She's 9.
Yeah.
And she's been doing it since she was 7.
Yes.
I'm like, what? You are. And she loves it. And she wants to show it to her class.
The character building, the confidence, like public speaking, they say, I remember we interviewed this mother and son and they run a business teaching public speaking. And it's not just about public speaking, but it's about how as a human being, you're going to have to public speak. And and unfortunately, which I feel kind of bad sometimes that people really don't feel comfortable doing it, you will always be put in a situation where you have to public speak. And they were like, it's more about character development, confidence, and all that stuff, public speaking. And I totally agree. But what these girls are getting, our moms were talking, we're like, these girls go on a stage all by themselves.
Yes.
With the light shining on them in a crowd of people, what might have to wait their whole, they might not have to do that until they're in high school or something. If ever. And then it happens, even speaking at someone's wedding, all these things. I didn't
speak at my wedding.
But if someone asks you all these times that you might have to speak, I feel like these girls, it's so amazing. The confidence, and some boys, and also if a boy goes up and dances, the confidence to join a group, and especially if he doesn't identify as a girl, in that
a more
female,
feminine.
A more feminine, because I can understand
if he doesn't love being around girls.
Yeah, and because I can understand if that's where you belong. But if you're I actually just like to dance, and you join, and you don't have one more boy on your team, and you're doing that, oh bless! I want to hug and squeeze them. I'm so in love with them. I can't believe it.
I know. Anyways, that was my roundup because the
impatience. Yeah, and yesterday when you were on the phone. And we were having that call, and then the kids were making some sound, but it really wasn't that loud. And you're like, "Can you guys just be quiet?"
Yeah,
I was like, I could tell, and then I dropped my dinner on the table, and I said, "You guys eat yourself." And I wonder in those times when you have those patients, I saw you do it, and then I did it, and you said you had it. What is happening? Is it really because of the weekend, or
I was tired? I mean, we got home. I got home at I got into bed at 12:30, and then I was up. I didn't fall asleep at 12:30. By the time I got home, I got everyone in. But I don't go to bed late. I like to go to bed early, and then I didn't really sleep well. And I was up, and we just didn't stop all weekend. It was I didn't have a moment, and then I rolled into. I knew how she was on Monday. I knew how she was yesterday, and she kept it together during the day. But I was I saw it coming. I was I just don't. And I didn't have the patience at the end. She didn't have the patience at the end. And I watched their dance last night, and they were all like that. 3 of them had to go home halfway through.
And you know what? Competitive dance. It is. It's hard because it's not just the physical, it's so much emotional. It's for the girls.
It is so emotional. So I was half of them didn't go to school. Everyone just kind of looked like zombies. And I thought to myself, you need a timeout. And I took it on. I took on her. I was waiting, and I was exhausted waiting. I was I'm just so done I'm so done with managing this right now. She was actually great all weekend. I had no issues with it, but I was just done. I was done managing the
and it's crazy to think that we're going back this weekend.
I actually don't mind because it's only 2 a day.
Yeah, and then you get the afternoons and the evenings off.
She'll recover. That was intense. That was and then to so late. It was just a long. It was a very long time, and I was tapped out. By the time I'm I am done sitting. It was a gorgeous day outside, and you're inside watching life.
I only like it when there's really good dancers, or it's your daughter or my daughter. But I was feeling, and I felt kind of bad because I was I don't
want to be here.
I don't like this. But I wanted to let my daughter know that I enjoyed it and that I was proud of her, and that I want her to think I like it a little bit.
My favorite. We like this. This is fun. Remember, this is fun.
So she was in the evening after the show. She was running in the streets with her friends, and it was late, and we were going to a restaurant, and she was having fun. And I was like, I stopped. I was like, remember this moment. This is fun. Otherwise you'd just be at home. Right now you're having fun.
Yeah.
Remember the fun parts. Who cares? I mean, who cares about the other stuff? You're having an experience with people you like.
And
she made fun of me in the morning. She's like, remember, Mom, I'm having fun right now.
Because I said to one of her teammates, and I think that this is a really important distinction in sports and kids. I said, do you like to compete or do you like to dance? Because I would say my son likes to compete. The only reason he likes track right now is because he's winning. He likes to win. Whatever it is, if they're not good, it's not fun. Terrible trait.
No, I mean, that's why I like to go to the running club.
Oh, you too. I forgot. There's just, because I don't have compete in me. I think I said that last podcast. So I don't know that feeling of like being like, yes, like I'm going to turn it on.
I mean, you're a competitive gamer.
Fuck no. I lose. I don't try to win.
Oh.
I'm just good. No. I don't actually.
You are competitive in games.
Yeah, but I won't.
Unless you want to throw it for fun.
You know who's competitive?
Who?
Jen. So, like, serious. Like, guys, can you stop this rant? A gamer, can you stop this rant? I'm just going to go deal with it.
Yeah.
It's dead straight. And I'm like, I cannot, I don't have to win.
Yeah.
Nothing in me makes me win. And I laugh my face off when I play most games.
Yeah.
Because I'm like inappropriate.
Yeah.
Like I will, they all know who's.
I feel like you either want to win or you want to throw it and be the funny one in the game.
I just want to have fun. I don't. If it gets serious, I'm like, I'm not playing this game. Anyways, I said to her, do you like competing or do you just like dancing? Like, do you love being here? And I think there's a really big difference between people who like their sport and like to compete, because my daughter loved her sport. My other one hated the competition. Like she hated being in the high intense environment where it was like over the pressure of it was too much for her personality. And she's like, I don't like this feeling of games. I don't like parents being serious. I don't like people yelling. I don't like the feelings that comes with the competition, but I love practice. And I thought, oh my gosh, I wonder how many kids, I think you really have to enjoy competition to keep doing this, because oh my God, it is about the competitions in a big way. Because if you love to dance, you could go and do dance rather than competitions.
One of them a couple times missed their solos. And my daughter was like, I can't imagine, no matter how sick I was, after all this time, to be okay with not doing that.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, well, that's it. I mean, if you're, if you're willing to miss.
Because my son will leave all of his friends to go to like if I was like, you could win everything, he'd be like, I'm going there. See ya. Even if it's all of his good friends. He's like, no, I am fine. I am fine to squash my friends on the ice. It's not a trait I'm used to. Like I would want to always play with friends rather than go to a winning team where I knew no one. Maybe they weren't my people. He'd be like, yep, I don't care. I'm like, whoa.
Oh yeah, no, I'd always just want to be with my friends.
I know, but that's a compete, right?
Yeah.
So it's a weird thing when you have a competitive kid who wants to squash people, and then you have kids who aren't. And if you don't love the compete, I can see how those situations for some would be overwhelming. Because when I was talking to one of our teammates, I'm like, when you're looking for next year, what is it? Because some kids just want to go and win and be the best and be on the thing, and and other kids are like, I just want to have fun. Like
and then there's the middle too. I think a lot of them fall in the middle.
Yeah, they want to do well when they're there,
something,
but they don't want to give it up everything to get there. It's just such an interesting thing when you realize also that not everyone should be working with kids, even though they love what they do. They don't love kids. You might love to teach, but you don't like kids, and it shows. You know, I've seen that now. When I'm like, no, if a teacher's there, they love teaching. They hate kids.
Yeah, some people like teaching.
Yes, some people love coaching. Hate kids.
Yeah,
I can think of a few coaches who should not have been coaching kids, but they did because they had to do it to get to where they wanted. Terrible with kids. Didn't like kids. And then,
can you guys all think of like a parent? I know we've talked about this, or I don't know if this was like a conversation between you and me, but like I was just thought of another parent that I think doesn't like kids. I just thought about it, and I was like,
they want to have them.
Yes.
But they don't like them.
And I also don't think there's anything wrong with that, because eventually kids become adults anyways.
Exactly. They grow only 20 years later. just a cool 20 years of your life. I forgot. What are your 3 things that are annoying you?
Oh, I feel like I actually want to like put one onto another Tuesday podcast.
Okay, so give me another one.
Well, I don't really remember now.
It was 3 big ones.
Well, another one I'm going to save for another time. It's just a conversation that I was like thinking this morning, but I'll save it for another one because I think we could talk about a lot about it. But
Dun, dun, dun.
yesterday, Mom? TJ was supposed to go to school. He didn't go to school, and he hung out with Chloe. And later, he's like, I hadn't seen her in so long, and
she is so bossy.
I know, he doesn't mind at all. He's never minded.
Do a flip.
No,
do it again.
He
does it.
He's never minded being bossed around, and I don't think he's ever like annoyed by it or irked by it. Never has.
He laughs and she laughs. It's like their role. It's like they role play. And I think
they know their roles. Yeah.
Literally.
And I think he liked it. And like we say, like, you know, I wish boys and girls could play together more often. Yeah. You know, and things, because I did notice like they hadn't been around each other a while. And we walked in, he's kind of shy.
And she wasn't.
No, like
was she?
Just a little bit in the like.
She's like, TJ, do you want to watch my dance?
Yeah. And then she warmed up.
I love it
faster.
Do you want to watch my dance? Want to watch me on stage? TJ, sit down. I'll pull it up for you.
Yeah. I'll show you.
Do you want to see another one?
And
no?
he's
okay,
just
let's watch another one.
Mind blown why someone he knows, being his sister and her, would ever want to do that.
Yeah, I know.
Because he does not like being like the one.
Yeah.
Like he's kind of shy in that way.
For now.
Yeah, for now. But it's I was so glad that they got to play together. Because things do change, you know?
Famous last words.
Yeah.
What was your second thing?
Well, I forget.
Shit.
I think I know what I was going to say.
There we go.
So I was thinking about the impatience, stuff like that. And I wanted, Catherine.
Natalie.
I actually
have not got your period.
Have I not had it in a long time? I don't think I've had it in a really long time. And every time I go to like, you get the sore boobs first.
Yeah, nothing.
I'm always feeling, sore, watch, I'm going to get my period tomorrow. But
it's been a long time.
We've been doing our blood work, and I'm supposed to, 3 months from the last time I had my blood work, I'm supposed to be on day 21 to get my blood work. So I'm waiting so I can count that as day 1. And I'm waiting and I'm waiting. And I mean, I know this happened like last summer, I think, for a few months.
Yeah.
But like, this is weird. I'm like, kind of like, imagine I never got it again.
That would be weird.
It would be amazing.
Amazing.
And it would also be like, oh my gosh, that would be for Dr. Perlman like such a like it would be like a mystery.
Or
because my last blood work was I was still ovulating. So all of a sudden it just goes away. I would love to never have my period again, but this has definitely been going because I think you've had it like.
Yeah, I have had it.
Maybe 1 to 2 times and I haven't had it.
Yep.
Because every time you have it, I'm either like about to get it, like I'm right around you.
Yeah.
It is just clean wipe. But when I get it,
we don't know.
No, I mean when I get it, I mean it's like there's clots of blood.
But it might not be. Maybe it's changing again.
Oh, I would love that. I'm really loving every time I wipe and it's not there.
Do you feel like it's coming? You know you can feel it. Do you know I gain like probably 5 pounds before my period? I don't weigh myself, so I don't know, but I can tell. Like I'm like, oh my, I feel swollen. Absolutely, I feel swollen. I can absolutely feel water retention, 1,000%. And another thing I have to do at nighttime now, you're in perimenopause.
Because I'm really excited to get the follow-up from the blood work now, like to get some benchmarkers.
You are in perimenopause.
I don't know. Maybe I'm so stressed. You know when you're like
you're supposed to do it.
I have to do that too for the polyps.
Internal.
You want to know what else? Actually,
transvaginal.
I was out
Siberian
to dinner.
orchestra.
I have a Siberian orchestra in my vagina.
You should probably go get your Siberian orchestra situated.
I heard.
Yes.
It's not exciting.
Oh.
That. And when this person said this to me, I actually realized that a couple of people I knew, it was the same scenario. Young people.
Yes.
Dying of colon cancer.
Jesus Christ. That was not what I was looking for, Natalie. I was looking for something transvaginally.
So someone was saying that she was going to get a colonoscopy. And I was like, why? Whatever. And because she was like, we have 2 young people who died of colon cancer. And I remembered that Mark's good friend who passed away last year died of colon cancer. And I remember thinking to myself, that's weird. Like a young woman dying of colon cancer. They said, actually, it's a lot more common than people talk about, and they don't suggest it. But if you ask for it, they'll give it to you.
So you're telling me we're going to get a colonoscopy. Wow, well, shit really changed. I thought you were going to tell me something.
I know. So I was like, and then they were saying the person that knew these people was like, I'm going to get mine. When she went for it, she had no symptoms. She just did it because she'd heard about these other young people. 8 polyps in her colon that had to be removed. She wouldn't have gone and got checked.
What's a polyp?
And I guess polyp just turned to cancer. I don't know. But they're like, you need to go get this. Why aren't people talking about this?
I have so many feelings right now. I have so many feelings.
And if someone's got a butt problem, it's me. Something's definitely wrong with my butt.
How did we get to in our life?
And these girls are in their 30s.
How did we get to colon cancers? It's terrible. I know it's real. I'm not ready to be here.
So I guess I really think that my butt canal cannot be normal.
So you're going to go get it checked.
Well, I'm not doing anything without you.
Well,
so if I'm getting it checked, you're going to get it. Your butt seems great, though.
You have to go to sleep, which is fine. That's
I
great. I
love going to sleep.
And you have to take a thing. Like you chug a lug. Like actually in America, you can get a colonoscopy when you're 40. In Canada, they say 50.
Right. So they say if you request it, though, you can go get it.
So where are you requesting it from?
I guess I'll have to ask when I say I mean we. You understand that I'm not going to do this alone.
I just want to barbecue in the backyard and get high.
Oh, anyways, I just want to share that information because I heard it.
I don't get high.
I heard it, and now I want to share it because if you hear it, you share it. If you see it, tell someone.
That's right. Don't be a bystander. Go get your colon. Now, Cat and Nat are going to get their colonoscopy together. Well, I wonder who goes and gets that job, eh? I'm going to go look up assholes all day. Like with a camera. Do you think they just failed out of everything and decided, you know what? There's a big old open space for assholes.
Do you think that they're called like anus surgeons?
They're called like anal canal surgeons.
That is not their job.
I'm not talking about the surgeons. I'm talking about the camera people who stick the camera up your ass. Those people. No disrespect. I'm sure you're highly educated and I bet you have flying grades. I'm just saying what it fascinates you about the anus.
Oh, because it must be like
5.
It must actually your butt. It must be such an interesting like everything with like the stomach and it's like they look at it as like
what, a piece of art.
Well, it's a big part of your body and how the body works. So that I could see it just crossed my mind that would be interesting.
It's the person with the camera up your ass. They're not diagnosing what's up your ass. It's the person. It's the nurse who got a shitty job. I did a joke. I know this was a joke. Thank you, nurses, for going up my ass and seeing what's wrong. Because I don't think the camera person is the person.
What do you think a symptom of polyps and colon cancer are?
You're asking me this right now?
Oh, it's blood in your stool.
Thank you.
I heard. Well, I don't have blood in my stool.
Yet.
I don't. There's lots of things yet. But
you could, though, have
different.
You could have. I think people. I think anal sex. Yes.
What?
You should probably get checked up faster if you have more anal sex because I'm assuming I'm not a doctor, but I'm assuming HPV could go in your ass too.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm thinking that would be something that people would want to think they say I dude, this is real. Okay, are you ready for a second, Natalie? This is gonna blow your mind for a minute.
They say
I
bet
men who are getting throat cancer and mouth cancer.
Yeah.
It's from eating vagina
with
HPV. Not a word of a lie.
Okay, yeah. Oh, really? So,
HPV.
Oh, well, I guess that makes sense.
Yep. So I don't know why you couldn't get it in your ass.
Yeah, I totally think you can.
Yeah.
Is it just like HPV isn't as dangerous for men? Or why?
I just didn't think you... Okay, No, it is. Men get their HPV shots now. But they're saying that throat and mouth cancer could be HPV from eating lots of vagina. True.
What actually is
don't
HPV?
Don't.
Hey. HPV.
Okay, let's try this. This is
because I know because clearly it's giving.
I think
it's giving cancer.
It's a sexually transmitted infection that turns into cancer
cells. Weird. What could it be?
Bacteria. Dangerous.
Because like syphilis doesn't learn
dude,
it's just HPV is the cancer one.
Syphilis I think makes you blind, or gonorrhea. No, all of it's not good. Safe sex is important. However, get your shots, because that's why I think men had to start getting it.
Because HPV is not curable. I guess the other ones are curable, so they never see what they turn to because except for herpes, but that one clearly doesn't apparently
manifest
turn into cancer.
Something terrible. So we learned so much today, from dance moms to getting your colon checked to, wow, that was quite a round of events there.
And what's meningococcal meningitis? Just meningitis, right?
Yeah, you know what?
Did your kids get that? Because my kid was going to be suspended from school because she didn't have meningococcal meningitis.
No, she has to get it. You get it with your HPV shots.
Oh, but it was an emergency because all these kids didn't have it. And they're like, well, we don't have to worry as much. It's not an emergency for HPV and that other one, but you have to get the meningococcal. So
because
we went
it's a booster, because you get it earlier and then you get your second one. So we went there and all
these teenagers were going to be suspended were there.
Yeah.
Because it happened during COVID. And my doctor doesn't do those.
Yeah, exactly. No doctor does anymore.
Oh, okay.
It's all clinics. That's why the schools do it.
Okay.
Get it unless you get a special exemption.
Now I have to go get the other ones, though.
No, they will in grade 7.
No.
Oh, HPV.
And the third one, I don't know what the other one is.
HPV. Meningococcal.
No, there's another. There's 3.
2 HPVs.
There was something else that she needs to get that she missed. It's not convenient, although it wasn't that bad. Now that I think about it, like to go online and do it, it actually wasn't as big of a deal as I thought it was going to be. And you're
probably going to stir the pot real big with vaccine talk. So we really covered so much shit today.
Also,
wow, from cunnilingus.
They were actually going to suspend them from school.
No, I actually know.
I know.
I actually know.
Who knew?
Sick kids told me.
Wow.
Because when Olivia had her ulcer in her eye, which weird, they were asking about rashes.
Where do rashes come from? Meningococcal meningitis?
Measles.
Ooh.
And
maybe that's the last one.
So they have a whole bunch of kids who aren't, so when they come to they don't want them in the hospital in a big waiting area because everyone's compromised, especially the sick kids hospital. So sick kids, never mind.
Well, understandably, they need to get rid of the meningitis because that would be really contagious, where the HPV, if they're not sexually
active.
And so they had to get rid of the one that would actually hurt them quickly.
Exactly. And other people actually.
Yeah.
Because HPV isn't just airborne.
Right. They should find a cure for HPV.
Get on that.
Well, I guess they've got a vaccine, so you won't get
While you're at it, get on that.
Get
up on it.
Is there going to be a cure for cancer in our lifetime?
Can you stop? These are such deep questions. I was looking for well,
we're going to do another Tuesday. I
was looking for something really exciting and for you to tell me,
I'm not going to drop in the last 5 minutes something exciting.
When I grow up,
I'm going to talk about it the whole time.
When I grow up, we covered perimenopause.
Oh wait, am I going to get my period? Imagine I never got my period.
I know.
And then I was thinking maybe I was mad at dinner because they were spitting on each other because I didn't get my period.
I think we're just impatient right now because we had a very long weekend and everyone got to barf their. Why does everyone get to barf their emotions on moms? But when we always have to keep our shit together. I'm always keeping my shit together for everybody. Just me and my shit always kept together. Must be nice for my whole family to know that mom's always got their shit together. Yeah, shit on me. I'll keep my shit together. Didn't keep my shit together yesterday.
And then why do I have to be the one to film your project? He's right there.
Is that Lee, not Lee? Is that Lee, not Lee?
You know what I told him?
Because they say no. We don't say no. They know they're going to get a yes.
I don't even think that dads would say no if they even got a chance. Of course they'd say yes. I told him I wasn't going to film after. I'm not going to film your thing for you.
And?
Well, I didn't for a while.
And then you did.
And then he said, thank you so much for your help. Because I gave him a tripod.
Yeah, I know we have to go. But I have to say, yesterday, I wasn't really paying attention because Mark thought Chloe should go to school. But then I had to explain to him later. I'm like, I don't want her to think that dance is a grind. Because if I sent her this morning, things would become right. I didn't want her to have a bad feeling towards something she liked doing. Because that would be a terrible feeling.
Yeah.
Feeling really exhausted in school than having to go to dance again, right?
Yeah.
Anyways, and they only get 4 competitions a year. That's the other thing. I'm like, I don't need her. Okay, so TJ, Mom, can you order me McDonald's? Not a chance. If you think you're not going to school, Mom, what if I starts like a TJ? Mom, like just keeps like
I cannot take you to school. You miss, and I had totally forgotten you'd miss Friday too.
She is like just like really like no.
But I'm also in my mind like that's ridiculous.
Yeah, she's like no, you're going to school. Like this is ridiculous.
I had his lunch packed, everything.
Then he knew. I don't even know how he knew, but he knew because he did it. He did it really cutely, and he's like, "What if we?" Oh, Chloe's like, "I've got to go do my homework." And he's like, "What if we do our homework together?" And then he gets his homework out, and then he doesn't make a noise. They go off and play. They don't make a noise. He knew, and then he didn't ask again, and he just didn't go to school. Yep. He just stopped asking, and he knew. He's like, "I'm just actually going to stop asking."
I actually was thinking in that moment. I think for his
mental health.
No, his personal growth, having a play date with this friend who he hasn't seen in a long time is more important. And then we got home and then we saw on Life 360 that Mark was on his way home. We were like, oh, and I'm like, pull up the computer. I'm like, we need to be doing some work. And when he walks in, he goes, what's he doing here? And I'm like, well, but I was like, anyways, and this is how they found shelter in the olden days. And I'm like, talk loud, act like you're focused,
Shit, we're pieces of work. I took Chloe to vote. I taught her, this is how you vote.
I mean, we did a lot of homework. Yeah. A lot. Just
I thought that watching her watch me vote was quite important.
I remember doing that with my mom. I remember going into the gym and the like things like where the blockades were and everything.
I was like, look at us voting. Look at me. Anyways, that was a lot. Leave us where you're at in your life. If you're up in the colon with some perimenopause with impatience. Oh my God. Oh my God. Do you hear that list? That's our list. No 29-year-old is talking about that. They're not worried about their fucking colon.
Well, I think they should be.
Okay, well, if you're 29, get your colon checked.
I wonder what my colon's like compared to other people's colon.
Let's go get your colon checked. Let's just get your colon checked.
Your colon checked too.
God damn it, Natalie. God. Bye.